Good afternoon. We're going to call the Selma City Council meeting to order. Council members, we do have an executive session tonight to discuss legal matters, but I'm going to call the meeting to order and pledge of allegiance, roll call, and go ahead and approve the agenda, and we'll go for executive session. At this time, Councilmember Jackson, would you be so kind to go ahead and please?
Yes, sir. Dear Heavenly Father, we just thank you, Lord God, for another opportunity to be of service in your kingdom. Lord God, let your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. And let it be done in us and through us, Lord God. Right now, we just declare and decree that your rule and reign is abiding in us. Lord, that your spirit is running through us. And Lord God, that we hear your voice and a stranger we do not follow. Let everything be done decent and in order. In Jesus' holy name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Let's start from the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call. Second. Did you get that? From Graham. Okay, that's it. All right, roll call.
President Bowie,
Present.
Councilman Bowling, Councilwoman Youngblood, Councilwoman Jackson, President, Councilwoman Benjamin, Councilman Randolph, Councilman LaShore,
President.
Councilwoman Thomas, President, Councilman Johnson.
Here. All right, as stated before, we do have a quorum. Character trait for the month is obedience. Quickly and cheerfully carrying out direction of those who are responsible for it. At this time, the chair will entertain a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved, President.
Have a motion on the floor by Councilman Johnson, second by Councilman LaShore. Been in discussion? Roll call.
President Bowie?
Yes.
Councilman Bowling, Councilwoman Youngblood, Councilwoman Jackson, President, Councilwoman Benjamin, Councilman Randolph, Councilman LaShore,
Here.
Councilwoman Thomas, President, Councilman Johnson.
Okay, as stated before, the agenda was approved.
Yes. Yes, the president said yes.
Council members, we have before you the consent agenda. I would like to add an additional item, Councilwoman Jackson, to decrease $606 to increase it to her discretionary fund and Ward 3 to cover street and public parking striping. That's going to be one item on the consent agenda. And also, in addition to that, just received an application to move forward with the JAG grant. It's due on Thursday. The JAG grant is, helps the police with the overtime and all stuff like that. Okay? All right, consent item number 1, to approve resolution R142-1819, awarded Fraser Ashley Construction the contract in the amount of $216,000 for the interpretation expansion project, with $100,000 of the funds being paid through the Delta Regional Authority grant, and the remaining $116,000 via a grant match from the fiscal year 2019-2020 budget line. Consent item number 2, to approve resolution R144-1819, retiring K9 Salmon to his handler, Officer Justin Freeman, in the amount of $1. Consent item number 3, to approve amending resolution R129-1819, declaring an additional 8 vehicles as surplus for the Selma Police Department for a total of 34 surplus items. Consent item number 4, to approve the purchase of 7 police equipped patrol units with an aggregated cost of $209,661.41. In addition, the SPD is also seeking approval to refurbish the personal transport unit, an estimated cost of $4,500. The funds will be taken from the $200,000 approved by the council for the department, and the $160,000 will come from the remaining fixed asset line item. Consent item number 5, to approve uniforms and other accessory equipment fixed asset line items. Consent item number 6, to approve to create 5 part-time officer slots coming from the salary line item of the vacant slot for the full-time officer in the budget. Consent item number 7, to approve to enter into a contract with Advantage Concrete Contractors in the amount of $44,450 to replace concrete in front of Fire Station 3 on Broad Street. The budget would be against transferring $31,000 from clothing, $6,000 coming from all food, and the remainder from non-fixed asset, transferring $44,450 to building and maintenance. Consent item number 8, to approve $5,500 for town sale, coding, and strike LLC for striking 483 parking spaces downtown 7. Consent item number 9, to approve $7,500 for a wood chip, with the funds coming from the public works for field line item. Consent item number 10, to approve to maintain the building fees that were established and voted on by the council prior to the contract being updated. Consent item number 11, to approve to enter into a contract with Ties Construction for the demolition of the old Swift building located at 1708 Water Avenue at no cost to the city. And consent item number 12, to approve to repair the AC units at the Dollar Academy building in the amount of $4,500 with the funding coming from the public building maintenance line item. Consent item number 13, which I said we would add, is to move forward with the application for the 2019 JAG grant. And consent item number 14 was the one that I read for Councilwoman Jackson, to decrease line item and to increase it by $606 to a discretionary fund to cover streets and public parking.
I have a question before we go. On consent item number 10, where you have to approve and maintain the building fee that was established and voted on by the council.
That maintained, yeah, by the council, yeah, the ones that we voted on.
The one that we voted on before.
Yes, ma'am.
That's
Okay,
all.
got it. So we have 14 items.
Real quick.
Go ahead.
Mr. Tynes, I don't have no problem with it. We just want to make sure that he cleaned up everything like he's supposed to.
Contract.
Yes, sir, because in the past, you know what experience we have in the past.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, sir.
It's my bigger contract. Also, we have Councilwoman, we're just gonna hold off the A trip until Councilwoman Youngblood come, because it had to be done in a resolution form. And I was just gonna wait, so when we reconvene, we'll vote on it. All right? Councilwoman?
I'll wait till you.
Okay. At this time, the chair will entertain a motion to approve all 14 items. At this time, for the consent agenda.
So moved.
I have a motion on the floor by Councilman Johnson. Do we have a second? For the consent agenda, do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, a second by Councilwoman Thomas. Any further discussion? Roll call.
President Bowie?
Yes.
Councilman Bowling, Councilwoman Youngblood, Councilwoman Jackson.
I say yes to all but number 1 and number 10, I abstain. Excuse me, number 11, I abstain. 1 and 11.
Councilwoman Benjamin, Councilman Randolph, Councilman LaShaw,
Yes.
Councilwoman Thomas,
I would like to abstain on 1 and yes on the other line.
I'm the same from all, I was here for the.
you abstaining from all?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
We have a motion here, okay. You make a motion? All right, y'all recall the roll?
Yes.
Okay, all right. At this time, you have before you August 13 minutes. Are there any corrections? Any deletions? At this time, the chair will entertain a motion to approve the August 13 minutes.
So moved, Mr.
We have a
President.
motion on the floor by Councilman Johnson. Do we have a second? We have a second by Councilman Short. Any further discussion? All right, roll call.
President Bowie?
Yes.
Councilman Bowling, Councilwoman Youngblood, Councilwoman Jackson,
Yes.
Councilwoman Benjamin, Councilman Randolph, Councilman LaShaw.
Yes.
Councilwoman Thomas,
Yes.
Councilman Johnson.
Yes.
Okay, the minutes were approved unanimously. Council members, we have several other items that we need to continue after the executive session. So at this time, do I have a motion to go into executive session?
So-
Roughly 45 minutes, roughly. We have a motion on the floor by Councilman Johnson to discuss legal matters. And Councilwoman Jackson, second. Roll call.
President Booth.
Yes.
Councilman Bowling, Councilwoman Youngblood, Councilwoman Jackson.
Yes.
Councilwoman Benjamin, Councilman Randolph, Councilman LaShaw.
Yes.
Councilwoman Thomas,
Yes.
Councilman Johnson.
Yes.
Okay, go into executive session to discuss legal matters.
But I felt like actually I wanted to
I have a motion on the floor to reconvene the meeting. I have a motion by Councilman LaShaw, second by Councilman Johnson. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
President Bowie?
Yes.
Councilman Bowling? Councilwoman Youngblood?
Here.
Councilwoman Jackson?
Yes.
Councilwoman Benjamin? Councilman Randolph? Councilman LaShaw?
Yes.
Councilwoman Thomas?
Yes.
Councilman Johnson?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Council members, we have the resolution 145 in reference to the A2 grant that Mr. Hollis was here discussing last night about the St. Phillips project, the First Avenue. At this time, the chair will entertain a motion that we move forward. Franklin Street. Let me see, we specifically Franklin Street from St. Phillips Street to First Avenue.
Franklin Street from St. Phillips to First Avenue. Isn't that right? That's what Mr. Hawkins said.
No, he said from First Avenue to High.
Okay.
What is that? That's what First Avenue.
Oh, okay, well, I,
First Avenue to West High.
okay.
What kind of project is it?
Yeah, A-trip to, resurfacing.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Well, I wrote down Franklin Street from First Avenue to
Howard?
No, okay,
That's what
I
I'm
wrote
saying,
from
right?
First
First
Avenue to
Avenue.
Broad Street. I don't know
Okay,
where
they gotta be
I
Franklin
got
to
that. I don't know where I got it from. All
Franklin
right.
to High to where now?
Franklin going to Howard.
I will retype that.
Okay, we can just retype it, but I think we need to move forward.
Yeah, it's Franklin Street, starting at First Avenue, and going to High.
Because it's too far.
Well,
It's
he
too
told
far.
me Broad, I don't know where I got St. Phillips from. Broad Street.
All right, do I have a motion on the floor?
So moved.
We have a motion by Councilwoman Jackson, do we have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilwoman Thomas. Any further discussion? Roll call, Madam Clerk.
President Bowie?
Yes.
Councilman Bowling? Councilwoman Youngblood?
Yes.
Councilwoman Jackson?
Yes.
Councilwoman Benjamin, Councilman Randolph.
Yes.
Councilman LaShaw.
Yes.
Councilwoman Thomas.
Yes.
Councilman Johnson.
Staying the blue for me now.
Okay, motion passed. We would make sure that it's correct, soon as, you may have to just redo it, Councilwoman.
Yeah, sure, that's fine, I'll do it
Make
later.
sure we do it.
I
All right.
can give it in short order.
Now we're down to the announcements. Are there any announcements from the council person that were, Councilman Short?
Mr. President, I would like for the city government to be supportive of a young lady that is participating in the kids baking championship.
Oh, yeah.
Brooks Waters.
Yes.
She's holding on.
Yes.
She's doing well, and I think she needs to know that her whole town stands in support of her and stands with her. I would hope and pray that this city would take the opportunity to make that happen.
Yeah.
Yes, Mr. President, she is mine. Her grandparents are good friends of mine, my constituents, and I remember when that little thing was born, she was a little peanut, didn't weigh 3 pounds. And she's their $1 million baby literally, but if y'all haven't been following the kids baking championship, it's on Monday nights, and I got, last night, she baked a pasta food, she baked a poke bowl, and it looked like raw seafood stuff. She was so cute. She said, well, I really don't know about raw fish. I'm from the South. We cook our fish in the South. We fry our fish. But anyway, we do need to do something. And we don't know when she'll be done because it's still going on. We're going to root for her all the way to the end. She's making it to the finals.
It's a process of elimination in errors, and she has fared well through all the airing. And the good thing about it is every now and then when they put their camera on the baker and their name, they would put their hometown underneath it.
They do.
And every time I see Selma, I just bubble.
Yeah.
And I just thought,
Yeah.
of course, and how I got into this, my wife watches that. She
Yes.
said, you need to watch this. This little girl, Selma, she's doing it. So I got into it about 2-3 weeks ago, and I said, we need to make sure that she knows that her hometown is behind her.
That's right.
And Brooke is proud of her
Yeah.
hometown. She's proud to be from Selma. She mentions it every chance she gets. Mr. President, you may know her grandmother, Christy Cummings. She teaches at Wallace.
Okay, yes.
And her grandfather sells real estate here in us southern estates, and her parents are Terry and County Water.
Terry Ward? Yeah, I remember Terry.
And her uncle has been up here with the, Richard Allen is her cousin that has come up here and has worked for Carl, spent a lot of time up here. So we, her folks have been all over us. So yes, we do need to do something.
Council Lady, if you can coordinate that, I would be more than happy to help you.
Thank you, it's my pleasure. Thank you so
All right,
much.
any other announcements at this time? Councilman Johnson?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. President. First of all, I want to thank everybody that came out to the Ward Weeding meeting on last Tuesday. It was a good meeting. We had a good meeting, and I thank Mr. President, Mr. Councilman Shaw, Councilman Randolph for attending. I know other councilmen wanted to be there, probably would have had other things to do. Thank y'all for even thinking about it. It was a good meeting. I hope and pray we get this Weeding Seed funding going, because we need the automobile as quick as possible and other things we need in our community, not just the ward, for all the ward for the city of Selma. Also, I want to thank Selma Saints. They did an awesome job this weekend for the Saint Fest. I mean, they came out in numbers with no incidents. And I'm talking about from all classes, from 71 on up to the 2018. Selma High came in numbers, and I'm so grateful that we had an outstanding class gathering with no incidents. And also, I understand that we got cleaned up like it should. And I'm so grateful for that because, sometimes people think the worst, but it turned out great. I appreciate all the class members and all the committee that put that together. for us to come together as one. Also, I want to mention about the Ward 8 is having a Friend and Fun Family Fest Saturday, September 7 at 11 a.m. at East Selma Ballpark on Division Street, sponsored by True East Selma. There's going to be an outstanding event going on that particular day on September 7th. I know it's a football game, Alabama will be going on, but still, those who not attending or watching the game, please come out on that particular day, East Selma. We're gonna try to get that done. I went on the court today, and I'm gonna have to get that court researched because it looked kind of rough, but right now we're gonna make that happen. And also on this Saturday, there will be a fishing tournament at the East Selma Fish Farm from 7 that morning until 12 noon. There will be a cash reward given out to the first and second prize, one of the along with some certificate. But the first prize will be for the first prize for the biggest catch, and will be a first and second prize for that. And then there'll be a second prize will be also for the biggest catch and the most catch. So that will be this coming Saturday at 7 a.m. on to 12 noon, and we will be having some food, something to drink, and maybe a little music along with that as well. But again, that's my announcement, Mr. President.
Thank you, Councilman Johnson. Councilwoman Thomas.
Also, I want to thank Saturday, a group of young ladies from Morgan Academy called and asked me as the representative of Keep Alabama Beautiful. They wanted to volunteer do community work for the city of Selma at the park. We did a cleanup. They asked me to be a part of it, in which I was, because I represent the beautification of Alabama. And we went out, we cleaned up. So we are asking everyone to, that park out there is a part of the city of Selma. We have guests comes in the games, and we have tennis court, people play tennis on. So we try to keep the area clean because the garbage and the litter that they drop off in that community, it looks like we've been cleaning that since possibly months now. Different groups have been volunteering going out, and they decided to make themselves a part of the community, volunteer every month to go out to the stadium and clean. And hopefully I'll be able to help with them when they go back again. And also I want to tell the citizens of the city of Selma, we all are working together to keep our city clean and grass cut. Also, Ward 7, we will be doing another grass cut. I know some people see the grass high, but we have our contractors, they will be back out again to do the city right away and do the other city property getting grass cut. And also people that are out there cutting grass in our area. I hope we cover ourselves because the city doesn't need a liability. Anything happens to anybody's car, anything happens to anyone, because you have to have your license and your insurance, and you must have everything required of you when you're out there doing this. And also we will be having September the 15th is where we do our Stop the Violence in the community, where we bring everybody together. Victims have lost their loved ones, and it's a big event. We invite all wards. Everybody have someone in their ward, and we're planning to have, this is our 3rd year anniversary, and we invite everybody out to come out with us and support us on this. This is something that we want to continue to have in the city of Selma with our youth, and let them know that violence is not the way to go. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman Thomas. Councilwoman Yambler.
What is that date again, Councilwoman?
We had it last year on September the 15th, but I think it will fall on around like the same time, but we're gonna look at it.
Is that the thing that we had?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, all of it, okay, well, we'll have to have it this time on September 14th.
Okay.
And it'll have to be like on a Saturday. And it's where everybody come out, the kids and family members, and we have people talking, telling us about, the violence put the gun down, we can just have a nice day, family, recognize the loved ones that have lost their family member. And it's like a healing process of people getting their life.
I came last year, was very nice.
Yes, and I'm planning on doing it this year, and I hope everybody, the council be involved with it, let everybody in their ward and invite them out. I'll be working very hard on that.
Thank you,
Thank
Councilwoman
you.
Thomas. Thank you for everything that you do. Councilman Randall.
Yeah, I don't have an announcement, but I just wanted to let the citizens know in Ward 5 that we are aware of the sewage problem on Denver Street, 2000 block of Denver, 2100 block of Denver. That street was on the list to get new sewage lines a couple of years ago, but we hadn't got it yet. And also, on the corner of First Avenue and Franklin Street, from First Avenue to Green Street, there's a major problem with the sewage line there because of more than one resident that having problems. And someone from the city came out and told the people ain't nothing they could do about it because the mayor done laid off everybody. And I said it was bad for him to tell the people that, that's, because everybody taxpayers, but don't tell them the mayor don't lay, everybody know the mayor don't lay everybody off, but you ain't got to tell them. So, what we need to do, I'm serious, we need to send a certified plumber out there. If I got to pay for my oil lease money, because it's something serious. When you have more than one house on a block having sewer problems, it's a serious problem. And the young lady, she been patient, she been patient for a whole month, and still her sewage is still bagging up in the house, and the neighbor across the street, sewage is bagging in their house. Two different houses, so they got to be on the city line. So if we finna pay First Avenue, I don't know if y'all gonna pay First Avenue, but if it's true, let us try to fix that sewer problem, because I guarantee you they're gonna have to dig in the street because something not right with the sewer line.
Thank you, Councilman Randall. Are there any other comments, questions, announcements? Councilwoman Thomas.
And also, I need to make this announcement that at the work session, Mr. Ray Hall told us that on Springdale, we have a cave-in, and he said next week they will be coming out to fix that. So these people have been waiting on this for 4 years to be taken care of, and now we are going to take care of it.
Thank you. Any other announcements? Also, before I bring Dr. Williams up, the Selma School Superintendent, I'd like to recognize Chief Green along with the police officers. Glad to have you with us tonight. And also, I'd like to recognize Officer Green. It was on consent agenda that we awarded K-9 Senate. So we did pass it. Thank you. All right. Dr. Williams, please come forward.
Mr. President, if I may say one thing, I did speak with Mr. Hall, and he stated that is correct, it be Franklin Street from First Avenue to Highland.
Okay, thank you.
Good evening. Testing. How is everybody this evening? I was running a little late this evening because I was at Wallace Community College. They had the grand opening today for Michael Johnson's Teen Tech Center in collaboration with Best Buy. So if you guys haven't had a chance to get out there and see that, I encourage you to do so. We're looking forward to partnering with the Teen Tech Center in our efforts with STEM and STEAM. I've given you a couple of handouts. The colorful sheet is just some updated news about some of the things happening with Team Selma. September is Attendance Awareness Month, and the letter that you received, the other handout, is just some information on why attendance matters, why school attendance is important, and also what you as city leaders can do to help us ensure that the entire community understands the importance of our scholars attending school. It does improve the economy. It obviously is going to create better education and make our communities safer. And then on the back side of it, there's just some suggestions on how you all can work with us to make a difference as it relates to school attendance. So we have a campaign that will be starting next week called Don't Count Me Out. And it's an attendance campaign where we're just encouraging all of our scholars to come to school regularly. Research shows that for our young people who miss days during the first month of school, they're likely to form patterns where they miss more days as the school year progresses. There's a concept called chronic absenteeism, which is related to students who miss more than 10% of the school year. And it's actually an accountability measure for the school system, just like test scores are accountability measures. So we're actually rated on whether or not our scholars come to school regularly. So we appreciate any support that you all can give us as city leaders in spreading that word that school attendance matters. For fall athletics, we've got Saints volleyball and football coming up. We've got Southview.
Southside.
Thank you. South Side, not Southview, South Side coming up on Friday. And of course, that's a big rival game. And our ladies volleyball team is also getting started this week as well. We're offering season passes, so you can get season tickets for our home games, and just reach out to Katasha Turner, our athletic director, if you're interested in that. A couple of things that are new to Team Selma, academically speaking, the Star Academy. And this is a school within a school program that's starting at Selma High School next month. It's basically designed for students who are at least one grade level behind. So we're looking at our overage students and trying to ensure that they can still graduate on time. So that program will be starting next month, and we've identified about 80 young people who will participate in that Star Academy. We're looking at adding some new pathways for our career and technical education to engage our scholars. So look to hear more about cosmetology and criminal justice courses being added for our CTE. And then just a reminder that we've got our budget hearings coming up in just a couple of weeks. September 5th will be the first budget hearing, which is next Thursday, and then the following Tuesday, which is 2 weeks from today, we'll have the second budget hearing, which is September 10th. So just a little update on some things happening with Team Selma, and see if you all have any questions or anything else that you need from me.
All right, any questions? Any questions?
I just want to give a comment. Y'all did an awesome job. Everything was great.
Thank you. We appreciate your support, and I agree it was a phenomenal event, safe and very well done.
Any other comments, questions? Councilman Short.
I just want to thank you for all your efforts about you. Your leadership is just amazing, and I'm sure our children is noticing it. I just want you to know that I think the city stands ready to support you in your efforts, and whatever we can do to facilitate and assure a quality, decent education for our children, please let us know.
I appreciate that, and it's a team effort. Don't give me the credit. It's Team Selma, because it is a team effort. Our theme for the year is one team, one voice, committed to excellence, and everybody in this room is a part of that team. So I definitely appreciate the support, and we look forward to continuing to serve.
Any other questions for?
Thank you.
Thank you. To the citizens' request, Mr. Lee Saylor, Alabama Leadership, please come forward.
I have a few prompts to show you what we bring to your city.
Number 6 is on.
Oh,
Okay. Well, thank you very much for letting me come to the council meeting, and sorry it's taken me so long to get here. I'm Denise with Keep Alabama Beautiful, and about a year ago, Commissioner Valerie Rubin contacted me and Councilmember Thomas about what Keep Alabama Beautiful could do to partner with the City of Selma and Dallas County. And since then, these two ladies have kept me very busy, to the point where my husband said, said, is there something I need to know about Selma? So, because I was here so much there for a while. So I'm from North Alabama, is where we live near the Tennessee state line, but we are part of Keep America Beautiful. And we're the state affiliate for Keep America Beautiful. A lot of people remember the Crying Indian, the commercial from years ago. He was actually Italian, but anyway. So since those years, Keep America Beautiful has broadened its reach. So the number one thing that we promote is litter prevention. So our success comes when we have fewer cleanups and when a community doesn't have a need to clean up. But when we can't do that, we know there will always be some need to have cleanups. We do provide trash bags. This Keep Alabama Beautiful receives from the GLAD Corporation about $1 million worth of trash bags to distribute across the state. So at this time, there are cleanups occurring in 60 of the 67 counties in Alabama and in 123 cities, towns, and communities. So everybody's coming together to keep Alabama beautiful. And it's a big job and an ongoing job. But what we've been doing, working with Councilmember Thomas and Commissioner Rubin, is supplying these trash bags. We also supply gloves that people can use, reuse. But the most popular item, and what makes us the best vendor that the League of Municipalities, we weren't there this year, sorry, we'll be back next year. These litter pickup sticks. So we provide these to the community for volunteers to use to pick up litter that's on the roadside or in parks or on the school grounds. We also sponsor a contest in the schools so we can get the message to the students to be leaders in their community and to not litter. And there is a 5th grade poster contest that I hope the students will participate in this year. The winners get to go to the Capitol grounds and plant a tree, the top 3 in the state, in a ceremony with Governor Ivey and representatives. So, and that's in February. And that's something that they really enjoy because the day is all about them for their hard work. We also provide, and I have one for everyone here if you'd like one, a trash bag or a litter bag for your vehicle. So this is washable, reusable. You can loop it around the headrest because we have trash cans in our homes, in our offices, in our schools, but how many people have one in your vehicle? Not many. So this makes it easy just to put the trash where it needs to go, keep your car clean. And I hate to confess this, but in closing, we did a study a couple of years ago, and the demographic that was most likely to litter, females, I hate to say that part, females, 17 to 34, now I'm not in that age bracket, but 17 to 34. And the reason that they gave that they littered was they needed to keep their car clean. So they use wherever they are, anywhere they are, as their trash can. And when we go to the schools, we'll have students tell us when we talk about, keeping it clean, don't litter. We make them take a okie dokie pledge that they're never going to litter again. And they'll tell us, but, my mom or my dad or my brother, they make me throw stuff out. And so we give them one of these and say, well, hey, you can put this in there and tell them I'm going to help keep your car clean by putting it in here. And then when we get somewhere, I'll throw it away. So we try to give them a positive message. The other thing that we provide, of course, especially for roadside, we provide safety vests for all the volunteers to wear. And these are provided by one of our main funders, which is the Alabama Department of Transportation. We have several other funders, but they're the main ones for our litter prevention program. Thank y'all for letting me be here. Anyone have any questions? Oh, I need.
Councilwoman.
Yes, I would like to say to Dr. Williams This year, our public schools, elementary schools, I will be going and bringing Miss Denise in to talk to our children about cleanliness in our community. And also, I would like for them to be a part of this contest. All of our elementary schools this year, I would like for Selma to be a part of the contest, the drawing about how we should keep our cities. So,
Great. Sounds great to me.
all right, thank you.
All right, any other questions? Councilwoman Benjamin, Councilwoman Youngblood.
Thank you so much for taking your time out to come visit and just give the presentation. We do appreciate it. For a long time, Councilwoman Youngblood and I don't even know if you were Councilwoman Youngblood then.
I was.
You were not. You were Councilwoman Keith at that time. We joined forces with anti-litter. And that's when I had a school in my ward. Cedar Park was in there, and she shared Cedar Park with me. And there was a whole program. So are you connected with that program in any way?
Auntie Litter retired.
She
a
did.
while back, and it was very hard. She had a hard time finding someone who could match her enthusiasm for that specific program.
You never met Councilwoman Thomas.
We do go into all of the grades, from preschool to college level, and we'll talk with them about litter prevention and investing in leaders in their community.
Yeah, I said that she went all the way to high school. And I know we're talking about elementary. We need to touch base with the high school too as well, and middle school. And I know that she did that, but I didn't know that she had retired.
We would be very honored and love to go into the middle schools and the high schools.
Okay.
It's a little different presentation for them, but we get the message through too.
Again, thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman Thomas, and Councilwoman Benjamin. Councilwoman Youngblood.
Thank you. Thank you for everything you do and for helping Miss Thomas. She's a ball of fire, and man, she could be a great Auntie Little. I'm sorry that Auntie Little retired. She did a great job. But anyway, thank you for everything you're doing.
Also, I would like to recognize Commissioner Ruby. If you would please raise your hand. Thank you for the role that you played. All right. Any other questions, comments? Now to the committee report. Recreation, Councilman Johnson.
All I have, Mr. President, I want to go back to the Ward 8 Family Fest. That's going to be on September 7th, which will be a basketball tournament at 11 a.m. at East Selma Ballpark on Division Street. And also, I just want to, and that's sponsored by True East Selma. Also, I want to mention that we're also going to have the fishing tournament this coming Saturday at from 7 in the morning to 12 noon fishing tournament. And since I got Dr. Reed, put up back on the spot. I met with you several times about the baseball park. He said I want to get the school tournament back again. So I hope you look into that again. But we talked about that twice.
This fall, you think, or spring?
Maybe we'll talk and see what this time the kids, we want the kids get crossed up. But we did it some years ago, and it was fun. We want to try to have another school tournament like we did before, also baseball tournament. But we'll talk about it. But also that'll be it. Again, I have to say, Ward 8 is one of the biggest wards, Mr. President. And I just can't say thank you enough for the group that been going out there helping me keep it clean. There's so many volunteers that have been going to Ward 8, True East Selma's group, the Elks Lodge. We had old school clean up the cemetery back here. There's so many volunteers. We got Ray Brown, Wanda McGee and her crew, them out there doing volunteer and contract work as well. Spencer Johnson doing work. I know I'm gonna miss somebody, but God, it's so many. But anyway, I want to thank everybody for coming in Ward 8, doing some volunteer cleaning, and the contract guys that we got going out there because it's just been really a lot. Again, Ms. Goodwin, I want to thank you again for meeting me out there. We try to feed. We don't let them just go out and clean up. I think the ones that come bring sandwiches and stuff to help feed, the ones that let us know. If you don't let us know, we don't know, you know. But I just thank Ms. Goodwin again for, I looked up, she was out there with sandwiches and sodas and stuff as well. I just want to thank all the volunteers for what they do. This young lady, this how Walker McGee and her crew, they all over everywhere. And so I just want to thank everybody. I appreciate everybody for what they're doing. Because if we didn't have the volunteers and some of the contractors doing our work, our city would be in a hot mess. And I want to thank for that. And we just got to stay focused and keep going until we get the workers back. All right, good night. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Johnson. Community Development, Councilwoman Young.
Thank you, Mr. President. Last week, we had, for 2.5 days, we had Design Alabama here. And that was a group of people, and some of the council members I know, Councilwoman Thomas and Councilwoman Jackson came, and met a lot of Design Alabama members, but it consisted of architects, designers, planners, landscapers, landscape architects, and stagers from all over the state, who joined together, and they're a professional team, and they came to meet with members of the community who had some input and to say some things that they would like to see themselves, and just to share ideas. And they took comprehensive plans that we already had and already had done, and just spent a whole day just brainstorming and working, and then came back Saturday afternoon and presented some possibilities. And they're going to continue to get together and work, and then they will come back later, and then we'll have another updated plan mainly for the downtown area and Water Avenue area. That is a real big deal, a real big thing. That is a huge huge value that we're getting from Design Alabama and these professionals. So that's going to help us really a lot, and they also will bring with them some ideas for funding streams. So I think that that's going to make a huge difference. So that impeded Councilman Johnson's WC group meeting too. We had dueling meetings there,
Yes, we did.
but it was both some good things. So some real good positive things happening for Selma. I get really enthused when I see, in spite of the appearance of things happening, it seems like there may be people or forces at work against Selma, but then I see so many people pulling together, so many people joining forces to lift Selma up, and just volunteering their time, volunteering money, resources, to saying, not my town, not this place I love, that to help Selma, like the cemetery committee, the preservation society, people going out in Councilman Johnson's ward and other people's wards, in Ward 2, in everybody's wards, just doing things to help our city to look better and to be okay. And that lets me know we're gonna be okay. And it's because of our people. Selma is going to be okay. We're gonna be better than okay. We're gonna thrive, and we're gonna get through this difficult time. We're really already over the hump. We're over the worst part. But Selma is going to thrive, and we're gonna get on the other side of this. And it's because Selma is her people. And that's what's gonna make us get to the other side of all this. And I'm more convinced of that every day. So I want to thank everybody for what they do. Every little thing, every little encouraging word. And just for each council person for what they do, and all the citizens. And we're going to be, and I see on Water Avenue, the hotel, work goes on. So thank you all.
Thank you, Councilwoman Youngblood. Capital Equipment, Councilman Randolph.
Well, no report on capital equipment, but, I just want to thank everybody for their prayers while I was gone, off with the military. I said I want to bring some good news back. Mr. Simba died. When I first got to San Francisco, I was talking to one of my colleagues about losing weight. And he said, what we want you to do, you're going to go on a seafood diet for 19 days. And no fried fish, but baked or either something similar to baked or sauteed or something like that. But anyway, to make a long story short, he said, you got one day you can cheat on. He said, pick the day that you want to cheat, to eat whatever. So he told me, he said, tell me what you want to eat on your cheat day. I said, pizza. That's what I want. So once a week I can eat pizza. And I lost 15 pounds in 19 days. When I came back from the military, everybody said, man, you look sick, you don't lost weight. I'm like, hey, I feel healthy, but but it's a seafood diet. So stay away from fried, anything with meal, stay away from that, and you'll see you can lose weight. And I want to thank, like I said, I want to thank Hawata McGee for the work she's doing in the city. I want to thank Johnson Lawn Service. They were doing cutting grass in Ward 5. Those guys did a great job. I wish I had more money to give them, but they really did a great job, especially getting in the ditches and the grass down in those ditches, because you got to have some skills to get a tractor to go down the hill, sideways and all that kind of stuff. And so I just want to thank him. And finally, if you see little Angela walking down the street, call the police. Because, if little Angela walking down the street at 1 o'clock in the morning, she done stole somebody's teeth. So, with all said and done, good night, everybody.
Thank you, Councilman Randolph. Administrative Committee, Councilman Bowen is not here. Public Safety Committee, we will start the fire chief interview on next Wednesday, September 3rd and 4th at 4 o'clock in the George Evans building. We have 8 applicants that will start the interview process on next Wednesday. As far as the financial report, I'm going to go ahead and put a motion on the floor that we move forward with Mayor Manager's request for his discretionary fund to purchase his laptop with the understanding that it is for office use only. So I'll kind of motion on the floor. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay. Any follow discussion? Yes, sir. Go ahead.
That is being authorized once the mayor leaves office, that probably returns to the city.
Yes, sir.
It's not his property, it's not his private property, so with that caveat, I would support it.
Okay, all right. We have a motion on the
Mr.
floor.
President.
Go ahead.
Is this a new item or something we discussed yesterday and I missed it?
No, it was just an email that Ms. Wade had some inquiries about. Was forwarded to you, CC, your copy of it.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So
Okay. I have a motion on the floor. Who's second?
Miss Wade, you got the
Councilman Johnson, second. All right. Roll call.
I'm gonna finish. I'm sorry, I'm moving pretty fast. This is a laptop that's already here, Ms. Wade.
The mayor had requested to purchase a MacBook for $3,100, but he wanted to charge it out of discretionary. And I wanted to correctly charge because it's not discretionary. It's not for discretionary use. So I requested to you, the president and CCU, that it be placed on the consent agenda to allow his discretionary funds to be decreased by the $33,153 to non-fixed asset under $4,000 for the purchase of the laptop.
You sent that to me, right?
Yes,
Yesterday?
yes.
Okay, that's when I had the map.
And I'll get you a hard copy.
Please.
We'll offer the purchase of it.
Roll call, Madam Clerk.
President Bowie?
Yes.
Councilman Bowen, Councilwoman Youngblood,
Yes.
Councilwoman Jackson,
Abstain.
Councilwoman Benjamin,
No.
Councilman Randolph,
Yes.
Councilman LaShaw,
Yes.
Councilwoman Thomas,
Abstain.
Councilman Johnson.
Yes.
Okay, what was the count, Madam Clerk?
We have 5 affirmative and 2 abstentions,
Okay.
1 no.
All right. Thank you. Public Works General Service, Councilman LaShaw.
Mr. President, there's no report. However, I do want to go on record of thanking the small crew that's continuing to work within the Public Works General Services Division. Those guys does an awesome job with the minimum manpower that they have. They continue to do their job without any complaints. And I think Mr. Hendricks, the director, is working beyond what is required to do, but then I give him all the thanks that I can muster up. It is a sad situation about the situation of our city. The garbage situation is not getting any better. As a matter of fact, it's getting worse. And the only way this problem is going to be resolved is we got to have a person on the ground to identify in the city limits people who don't have a garbage receptacle. Those people who don't have a garbage receptacle, they're taking their household garbage and they're indiscriminately just discarding it anywhere that they want to. And it's creating a problem, a health problem. And the volunteers that are out there working in our wards, I just want to thank them. The contractors that we're paying money to cut grass, even though I initially did not support that. I wanted the 13 workers from Public Works General Services to come back to be seasonal workers to cut the grass, because I felt then, as I do now, that that money could better be used with workers up here in the city of Selma. Until we get control of this household garbage, Mr. President, we're going to continue to have a serious problem in our city. It is criminal what people is doing with that garbage. They just taking that garbage and just throwing it out anywhere. And we got people out there, volunteers, picking up their garbage. So I guess they feel like if we got volunteers picking up their garbage, it's not a problem. Well, let me tell you right now, it is a problem. And it needs to stop quick, fast, and hurry. And once we get a person on the ground, we're gonna let the citizens know that we take our job seriously. Our job is to provide quality services for them. As elected officials, I think we're being derelict in doing that, from the executive branch to the council. But, you know, it is what it is. We just gotta work with what we got. Once again, I just want to thank the volunteers, Ms. McGee and her crew, for doing all that they have been doing in Ward 6. And I know that they're going to continue to do it, and I just want to go on record that I sincerely thank you from the bottom of my heart. And please spend as much time in Ward 6 as you can.
All right, thank you, Councilman Joe. Children and families.
Mr. President, I do not have a report from Children and Families, but I do want to thank the Public Works Department and make the citizens of Ward 3 aware that the large pile on Lamar has finally been picked up. I know I've received a lot of calls, emails, texts regarding this matter. We've been working diligently for approximately 3 weeks, and since I've actually been sitting up here, received a text of a picture showing that it is now picked up. I want to also make you all aware that Councilwoman Thomas, who is over the buildings, which includes our streets, is working very hard to get the lights on Furnace and Church fixed. Please continue to work with us, but we did have a discussion on last evening on how we can move forward with perhaps getting the Department of Transportation here to help us. I did have an opportunity to speak with someone regarding that matter today, and their responses, we're getting to it. And so we're trying to be patient, knowing and understanding that we lack the workforce that we need to handle the issues that we have. But I want to let you all know that we are working diligently to ensure your safety in the area. Good night, and thank you, council members, for allowing me to serve again.
Thank you, Councilman Jackson. Public Buildings Committee, Councilwoman T.
I would like to say that we're moving forward with the Dallas Academy building. We discussed last night on carrying over the remaining, was due on the contract, and also I will be coming back before the council with the fee that is being charged for putting the gate up around the air conditioning before when they put them in. Also, I want to follow up too with the George Evans building. I sent some information out to the department head over the public buildings that there's some things that we need to do to get our buildings back up in good condition. So I'm hoping that I will hear from them when I meet with her to discuss with some of the building material that we need to do in the buildings. Also, we would like to look at the future open back up the Welcome Center, because we have tourists coming to our town. We have city buildings that are closed, and we need all of our city buildings up and running and open. We're gonna keep doing what we need to do to get the buildings back in repair shape and open too. So this is all I have to say to give them a report. I'm going to continue to work hard to get our city buildings back open.
All right, thank you, Councilwoman Thomas. Education Committee, Councilwoman Day.
Thank you, Mr. President. Council members, I have adopted Selma High School. This year, the school system has a program where you can adopt a school if you please, and that's in Councilman Randolph's ward. And, well, I share the back to Selma High. It's funny how wards are gerrymandered. I share the back to Selma High on the football field side. So I have chosen to adopt Selma High School through the school systems program. So I challenge you all, if you can, if there's a school near you or a school not near you, please join that program. The website address is
SelmaCitySchools.org.
SelmaCitySchools.org.
Click on Adopt the Schools program.
And yes, click on that tab, and when you click on that tab, Courtney has a lot of information that you can read about it, and it's according to your time that you can go into. Me, I'm going in to talk to the principal to see what the needs is, do a needs assessment, and there are a lot of Selma High alumni who are with me on that, and they want to help take care of Selma High School. So from elementary school on up to high school, the high school, adopted school if you can. Today, Best Buy was in town, and I decided to represent city government. That is where I was. I felt like government needed to be there when a company such as Best Buy is in town. They were here to open a ribbon cut for our fabulous, very fabulous Teen Tech Center. They are bringing jobs and technology here. And so in representing them, I got to also get a mini tour of the tech center, and I promise you I want to use it myself, but it's not for me. I'm too old. You have to be between 13 and 18 in order to use the center.
17.
That's what you're told. Yes, it's really cool. It has a studio in there. You can broadcast in there. Your young people can go in there and broadcast. It's open from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. It is free with school identification and a parent permission slip. It is sponsored by Best Buy, the Michael Johnson Foundation, and there were all these other sponsors in there. The hospital, Vaughn, came and committed a check to this, but it's a fabulous center. So if you get a chance, go by and see the center itself. It has photography, computer technology. I just love that media room. And so anyway, I was there to represent city government, but I think I'm getting excited about the room. But they are in town, they are still in town, and they'll be here for a while. So if you get a chance, the senior vice president was here in town. Judge Nunn spoke on behalf of the county. And so it was a wonderful, wonderful affair. And that's where I was, because I felt like we needed to be represented there. And so I want to give a shout out to the alumni of Selma High School that put on a very electric, a very fabulous, a non-incident, and I'm saying this because I didn't feel like there was gonna be an incident, and I'm saying this for those who felt like there might have been an incident of an event this massive and of this magnitude, there might have been an incident. There were none. People enjoyed themselves. They walked around smiling like that. It was a pure family reunion, and I want to give a shout out to the citizens of Selma who turned out to the Saints Fest on Saturday. All the alumni, almost all the alumni who were council members were probably there. I won't call you that because I'll miss you. But I did get a sneak peek at you all, got to visit different tents. We should do this again. It is going to be an annual fair. It was a fundraiser for Selma High School. Those of us who went to Selma High School, it is our beloved high school. And it was a great fundraiser. It's going to get bigger and better on next year. And I want to just give a shout out because the event was massive for the first time. And overall, the report was good. The report was fabulous. The report was everything that I expected it to be. The behavior was everything I knew it would be. It was one, as the young people say, it was 100. It was 100. And I cannot wait to do it again on next year. Shout out to the coordinators, Timothy Coleman, Martina West, Lisa James, and everyone else, Rakita Nicole, and those young people got together and put this together for us. So, from the class of 1971, the very first graduating class of Selma High School was present, all the way to my son's graduating class of 2019. They were present, okay? That's how many classes were out there. Wow. And I do appreciate it. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. It was very electric. It was 100. Ward 4, our facelift is continuing to go on, so y'all just don't slow down my contractor, don't slow him down. Just wave and say, hey, thank you. But don't slow him down to have chatter because he's working. He'll try to stop and speak with you if he can, but try not to slow him down out there, Ward 4, and talk a long time with him. He has some work that he has to do, and he has a contract that he has to fulfill. So the facelift is still going on in Ward 4, and I appreciate this company. His name is Mr. Dudley. I was trying to think of his company. I just met him. And I appreciate Mr. Dudley and his company. I really, really do. So the facelift in Ward 4 is going on. Public Works, I want to give a shout out to Public Works too, because Councilman LaSure said they were working, overtime and really, really hard, and they are, and they should not have to be. Those workers should be there to assist. Those workers should be, it only takes one next move to have those workers there and working, and we know what that move is. So I want to give a shout out to those over there who are being overworked for no good reason at all. I appreciate you for doing what it is that you can do with the low manpower that you have. Selma, Alabama, thank you and good night.
Right, thank you. At this time, the chair will entertain Councilwoman Thomas.
Oh, I need to say this, President, I forgot. I have one of my helpers that has been with me since I've been on this journey. And he's always there, he's volunteered. It wasn't about money, it wasn't about nothing. And Mr. Fitz, I didn't overlook you, Mr. Fitz. Mr. Fitz been with me on this journey for a long time, and I want to let people know we got rain coming in 2 days, today and tomorrow. So someone been calling. We are going to be back on the grass cutting trail with Mr. Dudley and Mr. Fitz. We'll be out in my ward cutting the grass. So I just want to let people know that we need to recognize him. If you see him out there, give him a bottle of water, a Coca-Cola, and let him keep riding.
Councilman Randolph.
Yeah, speaking of Mr. Fitz, I want to thank you too. I ain't seen you sitting over there. See, every now and then I steal you from Councilwoman Thomas, and she don't even know you've been working for her. We're gonna let the cat out the hat today. But thank you for what you're doing in Ward 5 too. And I just want to ask Wade a quick question. About 2 months ago, we voted to give the employees that had 8 hours of vacation. I was wondering how that coming along. If the mayor still blocking it, I wanna know, could someone call the league, see how we can go around the mayor so we can get these employees their 8 hours that due to them? Cause what we gonna end up being, we already got about 30-some lawsuits. You know, these people are laid off and he's not gonna bring it back and he holding on to their vacation time, that's not right. So,
I've requested it from the mayor's office. Our city attorney Woody is aware, so I'm not sure what the next step is.
say it again.
I'll send it.
Yeah, send an email to him and see how we can go around, because it gotta be a way to go around him, because he blocking these employees from getting their money for no reason whatsoever, and that's not right.
Go ahead.
I'll send an email, I'll contact the attorney and the president.
Do I have a motion for adjournment?